let's take it out and do a comparison side by side of the R4 versus the R10. When I start doing video editing, wow, you are really annoying. Hey team, welcome to today's video and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. My name is Hayden. Now I know it has been a while since I have posted and this seems like a broken record, but I actually have a real excuse, well, other than the fact that we are back in lockdown again for the 5th time, mind you, in Melbourne, but my computer died. All of my footage, all of my editing software was on that computer. So not much I could do when it wouldn't do anything. I even called out a PC doctor, a home service, to come and check it out. I tried all of my tips and tricks that I've learned over the years of having this computer. My former computer is an Alienware R4, so it's 10 years old. It's not exactly a sprightly young chicken anymore. So it is to be expected that at some point in time it was going to give out. Unfortunately, 5 days ago, it did exactly that. So this is the computer that died. You can see I've got it all plugged still in. I'll show you what I mean. So it powers on fine, and Honey's coming to annoy me. And there we go. So it gives the 6 beeps of death, right? Ordinarily that means that it's a graphic card issue. The fact that I've had this computer for over 10 years, this is not the first time this has happened. That graphics card has been replaced 3 times. The power supply unit has been replaced, and the RAM modules or disks or strips have been replaced as well as various other components of the computer, like USB ports, the list goes on. It's a 10-year-old computer. Knowing that it's happened before, I unseated the graphics card. The graphics card that's in there isn't even over a year old. It's probably a year old, but it's not that much older. So I unseated the graphics card, reseated the graphics card, did all of the tips and tricks that I myself know. I called out the PC doctor. He came out, brought his testing graphics card with him. Even the computer beeps even without the card in it. So that then tells you that there is an issue with the motherboard. There is another graphics card slot within that computer that the PC doctor guy tried, and same result. It actually eventuated that after fiddling around for for a little bit, it stopped beeping altogether, and it would just power up and do nothing. It's now beeping again after a day of having it powered off. Given the fact that the computer rules everything that I do, I need it for I need it for everything that I do. I couldn't go without a computer, and therefore I couldn't actually upload. And I've lost so much footage. When things start to appear in the house, we bought a couch. The whole story behind that is completely gone because it was on the old computer. I digress. I bought a new computer with my tax money. I got myself the Alienware R10. Now I could have gone the R12, but the R10 got better reviews. So what we're doing today, very long-winded intro, we are going to be doing an unboxing, first impression kind of a deal, because it has been over a week that I haven't had a computer, but I only ordered the R10 on Wednesday, 2 days ago. And it's now here. Like, that's wild. It is right here. So let's open it up, because I don't know about you, I'm itching to have some kind of editing software where I can get some stuff done. Okay, here we are. It is quite weighty. I can already tell it is nowhere near the size of the R4. Now this retails for $2,699 as is. I got it with 1 terabyte rather than the factory settings. I think it was 500 and something gigabytes. It didn't cost any extra. Hopefully Now the issue that I am facing, I know I can get a professional out to get all the stuff off the hard drive of the old computer, but there is so much, like games. I didn't really keep a lot of photos on the computer, but I do have a lot of save files on there that, like I was saying before, haven't gotten around to editing as yet. Another part of me is actually feeling like this is an opportunity for a clean start, which I might just do. Here we have the inside of the box. You can see this really nice design. Say what you want about Dell and Alienware. So many people have tried to tell me to get a custom build to just do it myself. Would help if I had something to open it up with. I'm also testing out my new microphone on this camera. So hopefully it's going to be cancelling out a lot of the other noise and you can just hear me quite clearly. Where was I? I am so easily distracted today. I think it's because I'm really excited about actually getting my hands on a new computer. A couple of other people told me that I should have just got a custom build because for the same budget you get a better system, longer lasting, etc, etc. But the fact of the matter is, my last system was a Dell/Alienware. It lasted me a decade, 10 years. That's a long time. There was no issues that I had with the R4. Yes, a few components I updated over time, but it's absolutely no different to any other computer system that I have built myself in the past or purchased. Now, as we open up the top box, we have the power supply. They send you a mouse, which I really won't be using because I'm just going to use my Corsair and my Razer keyboard and mouse, and I've got a brand new Philips screen that I literally bought the day the computer died, the old computer. Also within the top box, we have, looks like a keyboard that they send you. We have the warranty, manufacturer's information, and a bunch of stickers, which again, probably won't use. I don't need the manual, I already know how to set up a computer. We've got the keyboard, they're all standard edition. Let's just open it up and have a look. As you can see, I mean, it will come in handy to have an additional keyboard and mouse should anything happen to my gaming setup, which has happened in the past, and I have had to replace a couple of things due to power surges, etc. And that takes us to the most exciting part, and what I'm here for, and that's the system. You can see it's very secure, very safe in here, surrounded by foam. The one thing I do love about Alienware systems, they are very sleek and aesthetically pleasing to look at. Let's take it out and do a comparison side by side of the R4 versus the R10. It is 100% nowhere near as heavy as the R4. The R4 was a beast, and that was a workout to try to move that baby around. So I've got the front of the system here, and the back of the system is below. As we can see, the whole front of this is an intake vent to keep the system inside cool. I don't know about you, but I am super excited about powering this up and seeing if there is noise, if there is anything like that. There's bound to be some kind of noise. I'm quite aware of that. I've owned many computers in the past. So there we have the two of them side by side. We've got the R4 and the R10. Look at the size difference. This was a beast when I first got that computer. This one is obviously a lot smaller. It's taller, however, than the R4, but definitely a lot more lighter. Who else really enjoys the peeling off of the plastic coatings? I know some people like to leave them on to keep it clean, but no, I like them off. In order to open it up, all you got to do is unscrew this section at the back, and then there's two little clips here and here. So there we go, the side panel comes off. It also then just comes apart, like so. And there you can see inside the system. Graphics card is here. We've got the cooling unit at the back. Now, because it is new, it's a little stiff. It locks back into place like that. I do love how clean it is inside. If you saw inside my old one, it was so dusty. I did my best to keep it clean over time, but obviously with old systems, they do collect a lot of dust. At the back of the system, we have the power supply, these two switches that help open up the inside. This one obviously releases the side panel. We've got the graphics card input. We've got your surround sound bar, USB ports on the top and the motherboard, and a bunch of free slots down the bottom. Now, you did see when I opened it up, there are also compartments underneath, on the side, in the base, and on the side here, where you can have additional components installed. We have power. Now, I am gonna need to find a different setup for this area because my legs are not gonna fit under here. Originally, I had the old computer long ways along the back, but I feel like I'm going to need to have this out in the open to keep it clean and not congested. But ooh, yes.
Do you also type with another keyboard layout?
No.
Now let's get you connected to a network. That way you can get updates, apps, and cat video. Now type your credentials.
So far, so good. Obviously, I've only just powered it on and I'm setting up my setup. When I start doing video editing, wow, you are really annoying. But we are seconds away from finally getting in. And then it's all of the fun stuff of re-downloading all of my software, my games, and trying to remember all my passwords because they were automatically saved to the old computer. Access. That is a very nice background. Okay, so far so good. I have the computer downloading and installing a whole bunch of stuff. I've installed my virus protection. I've installed Wondershare Filmora, which is my editing software. Re-downloaded Steam, which is now installing a bunch of games. The real test to come is when I fire up one of the games and to see if it is in fact noisy. But right now, you can barely hear anything. Listen, I'll put you down near the computer. Barely anything at all. But like I said, the real test comes when we fire it up and the graphics card is in full force. When that happens, I will no doubt turn the camera back on so we can both test it out together. Okay, it has been a good hour and 40 minutes. It took me to set up the computer. You can hear a game running in the background. I'm currently loading up a saved game from City Skylines. That usually would take a while to load on my old computer because of the age of the computer, but this is currently loading up. It's very quick. You can see, I'll spin it around, loading up. As soon as it's in, we'll see if there's any changes in the fan noise on the computer. When I say save file, it's a save game that I got from the Steam workshop, because obviously there are no save files on this computer because it's brand new. But it's loading up, and you can hear that. That's obviously the fan has picked up speed, and the game is loaded. Let me spin you around. Let's unpause it. Wow, the graphics are so much better. And I can actually go all the way in on this computer. You can see they're all out of water. Gosh, okay. Well, final verdict. Even though that fan is slightly on the loud side, oh, is it? It's definitely more quiet than my previous R4 computer. All in all, I'm very happy with my purchase. I think that it's a really good investment. Obviously, it's a massive upgrade from the R4 model. Thanks for watching, team. These were my thoughts and opinions based on my purchase and my experience, not a sponsored video. Thanks for watching.